There are things that people raise a glass for, to celebrate, to connect, to chase away sorrow. But there is a bitter truth. Within every drop of beer, every sip of liquor, lies a double-edged sword, sweet on the surface, destructive at its core. For centuries, alcohol has crept into every feast, every gathering, even the moments we once thought sacred. People believe a little drink strengthens bonds, elevates emotions. Yet from that little, millions have lost their health, their families, their careers, and even their lives. Global health statistics reveal over 3 million deaths every year are linked to alcohol. This number is not dry data, but real lives, fathers, mothers, children, friends, colleagues. They leave this world, not because of war, but because of a habit society has legitimized. The question is, how can something that seems to be just liquid in a bottle shake the very foundation of health, morality, and the economy of an entire community? Let us dive deeper into the essence, the causes, the consequences, and ultimately, the path to break free from the invisible prison of intoxication. To understand why alcohol has become a sweet poison, we must look directly at the causes. In many countries, especially across Asia, drinking alcohol is tied to notions of bond and loyalty. People fear that refusing a glass will offend others, that it will be seen as disrespectful. And so, a drinking party becomes more than a meal. It turns into a test of friendship. In modern society, people face relentless stress: food and shelter, money, deadlines, work. When cornered, many turn to alcohol as a temporary sedative. They forget that such comfort lasts only a few hours, yet leaves scars that may last a lifetime. It is easy to see alcohol everywhere, on billboards, in films, even during major sporting events. Alcohol is glorified as a symbol of success, masculinity, and status. And thus, young people grow up with the false belief that, to be strong, to fit in, they must hold a glass of beer in their hands. When ethanol enters the body, it stimulates the brain to release dopamine, a neurotransmitter that creates feelings of pleasure. The drinker feels cheerful, talkative, more daring. But the trap lies here. When dopamine levels drop, they feel empty and crave that feeling again. This is the seed of addiction. My friends drink, so I drink too. A phrase that sounds harmless, yet it reveals a truth. Many people don't drink because they want to, but because they fear being left out. The power of the crowd is strong, and alcohol becomes a twisted glue that binds relationships. The causes may vary, but the common thread is this: we have allowed a small chemical substance to manipulate our culture, our psychology, and our bodies. And when these causes are not faced seriously, the consequences will turn into tragedy. There is no drug more legal and more widespread than alcohol. And yet nothing kills as silently as it does. 1. Destroying health liver. Alcohol is the #1 executioner of the liver. Hepatitis, cirrhosis, liver cancer, all can trace their roots back to those joyful drinks. Heart and vessels. Alcohol raises blood pressure, disrupts heart rhythm, and leads to heart attacks and strokes. Brain. Long-term drinking shrinks the brain, weakens memory, and destabilizes emotions. Alcoholics often fall into depression and psychosis. Digestive system. Gastritis, ulcers, bleeding, esophageal cancer. These are no strangers to the disciples of intoxication. 2. Traffic accidents. One push on the gas under the influence of alcohol can steal countless lives. Thousands of families have been torn apart by a single moment behind the wheel after drinking. The cries of grief, the newly built altars, all stand as evidence of the unbearable price. 3. Broken families. A drunken father easily explodes in anger. An alcoholic husband raises his hand against his wife. A mother dependent on alcohol may neglect her children. Alcohol does not only destroy the individual, it sows violence, ruin, and misery into the home. 4. Crime and social instability. Countless murders, conflicts, and acts of violence begin at the drinking table. When reason is numbed by alcohol, humans turn into uncontrollable beasts. A single provocation, a single glance is enough to spark a tragedy. 5. Economic consequences. Alcoholics often lose productivity, skip work, and cause workplace accidents. Medical expenses for alcohol-related diseases consume billions of dollars each year. Which means this: society as a whole is paying the price for a personal habit. 6. Loss of dignity. The drunk lose control. They speak with obscenity, act shamefully. They lose their image, their credibility, their dignity. One reckless moment in intoxication can leave a stain for life. Alcohol, the masked thief. It does not come with the sound of gunfire. It arrives with a sweet invitation. It does not kill instantly. It erodes, bit by bit, until body and spirit are left in ruins. If you are abusing alcohol, remember this: it is never too late to turn back. Do not deceive yourself with thoughts like, "a little won't hurt," or "everyone drinks." The truth is, every sip forces your liver into overdrive. Every drunken night erodes your brain. Learn to politely decline drinking invitations. Replace alcohol with water, fruit juice, or herbal tea. Dedicate time to exercise, to meditation, instead of sinking into the drinking table. Research has shown meditation reduces stress, balances emotions, improves sleep, and strengthens overall health. When you sit still in silence, you learn to observe your mind, release tension, without needing the crutch of alcohol. Meditation is a medicine that costs nothing, has no side effects, yet brings lasting results. It teaches you to face sadness and pressure without hiding behind glasses of beer. In the Bible, the Lord says, "Do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the Spirit." Ephesians 5:18. These words are not only religious counsel, but also medical truth. Alcohol leads to ruin, while sobriety brings life. Believe that you are strong enough to stop. Think of your family, your dreams, the people who need you. One decision today can save your entire tomorrow. Alcohol does not make you a true man of courage, nor does it earn you respect. It is clarity, willpower, and compassion that measure the worth of a human being. Alcohol, a sweet trap, a masked assassin. Its causes are familiar, its consequences devastating, but the way out always exists. With the courage to choose, you will discover a life of health, peace, and a liberated soul.